mostly spend their dirty old $1 bills on the dancers and probably forget about her completely. She continued her rounds, dodging hands and pretending to laugh at stupid jokes, commiserate with whiny, sad drunks, and make everyone feel like they were the most important person in all of Dilbert, Texas, nay, the world. Occasionally, she'd pause to chat with one of the other waitresses or listen to the dancers complain about their loser boyfriends or how much their thighs chafed from the pole. One night, after closing and too many tequila shots, she'd gotten a quick lesson on twisty pole acrobatics from one of the dancers and then pulled her groin muscle so badly that she'd had to take 2 weeks off work and hobble to her classes on crutches. She told everyone outside of work she'd strained her muscle in Zumba class and never so much as got up on the stage again after that. She made plenty from waitressing, thank you very much. More in the 2 nights she worked at Hoochie Mama's than she could make at a full-time office job, though it still wasn't enough to cover her graduate school courses and the rent on her miniature apartment, even with the modest financial aid she got from her university for being an exemplary student. After what seemed like hours and a disappointing tip load for all the schmoozing she was doing, even after securing and mesmerizing Landon's table of pumped-up man-children, she slid behind the bar, ducking down below eye level to eat a few peanuts and swill down some Diet Coke to keep her going. The clock read shy of 11 o'clock and her heart nearly broke. Less than an hour had passed, and she felt like she'd just expended as much effort as a World War II triage nurse after an air raid. God, some of these men were high-maintenance crybabies. Layla must have seen the despair in her eyes as she huddled under the bar, shoveling peanuts into her face. "Girl, you look like a zombie. Go take a break." Evelyn dragged herself back to her feet and, with a grateful look at Layla, sneaked off the floor to the changing room. Shuffling her feet through the disgraceful mess of thongs and tassels and mile-high shoes with broken ankle straps, she made her way to her tiny locker, brushed inch-deep glitter off the nearest bench, and dug out her phone, thinking she could take a few minutes to compile some notes for her paper, Societal Conceptions Regarding Female versus Male Single Parenting, that was due in 3 days. Or just read a few pages of Highlander's Embrace, the most recent of the steamy romance novels she carried with her everywhere she went. "What the heck?" she muttered, seeing that there were 14 missed calls and 3 messages, all from her runaway best friend Piper. Slightly annoyed, she clicked it to speaker and listened.
"Evelyn, look, I know I haven't called you in a few weeks. I've been so busy getting things sorted here, but I really need a... Can you just call me back the minute you get this? Don't worry about the time difference, just call me, please."
Evelyn pressed delete. Typical, she thought. Don't hear from her in ages, and then she needs something.
"Evie, please call me back right away, the second you get this. There's a bit of a situation, and I really need..." "What? What is he doing? Crap."
The second message ended abruptly, and Evelyn had to admit she felt a tinge of worry at the distress in Piper's voice. She quickly deleted the message and played the third.
"Evelyn, by all that is holy, you better call me."
Piper sounded angry and distracted. Evelyn could almost picture her talking at the phone, but concentrating on something else. The messages were only about a half-hour old, which meant that it was around 4:30 in the morning in Scotland. That fact was the most alarming. Piper was neither a night owl nor an early bird. Over the years, Evelyn had seen her fall asleep and stay asleep even under the most worrisome of circumstances, including the threat of being expelled from school, multiple bad boyfriends, and her parents' ugly divorce. Something serious was keeping her awake. She was just about to dial Piper's number when the phone buzzed to life. Evelyn immediately answered. "What is it?" she said, worried for her best friend, but mostly skeptical. She'd been left out of the loop for over 3 weeks now, ever since Piper's great-grandmother died and left her the family estate in Scotland.
"Oh my God, Evelyn, where have you been?"
Piper demanded in a tinny, faraway voice. "Are you kidding me?" Evelyn waited through the annoying transcontinental echo for what she hoped was going to be a heartfelt apology for being forgotten and ignored. Instead, she heard an impatient huffing sound.
"Listen, I'm sorry I haven't called since I got here, but you cannot begin to understand the piles of... Oh my God, Evie, listen. Please, can we just pretend for a second that I'm not a big dick for not calling, because I have a real problem. I need your help."
Evelyn stood up and began pacing through the stripper debris, trying to maintain